Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Minute on the Mountain. We are in south central Utah on a cold and rainy morning. It is rain and a little mix of snow all morning. Got a little break right now. I've got a pretty good chunk of time to shed hunt today. I'm in a county where I've never found a shed, so we're hoping to check one off today. We'll see what happens. I'm going to work this big sage flat I'm walking in, and then get all the way to the base of those mountains. I don't know if you can see them through the clouds, and work all the west and south facing slopes along there. Wish me luck. Oh my word, look at this antler, guys. Oh man, that is so cool. And even cooler, we're in Sanpete County. Never found a shed in Sanpete County. Thank you, Lord, for helping us to find that. I just busted a deer 3 minutes ago. It was a doe. It was not a shed buck. And I'm just getting into area where I'm seeing more sign. I thought for sure I'd see all the sign down in that flat, but I didn't. But now that I'm up in these junipers, I'm seeing way more sign. That is so awesome. Thank you, Lord. Let's see if we can find that match. Finally starting to gain a little bit of elevation. Here's looking back to the west over the valley. I didn't really grid the flats coming up. Pretty much just kind of beelined it up here because I wanted to get up a little higher. I did mark where I found that one brown 4-point. And on the way back down to the car later, I'll try to grid around that more. See if we can find the other side, but I wanted to get up here where it's higher. Try and get up here where not quite as many guys have hiked. There's a couple dirt roads that zigzag in through there. So there's a lot of beer cans, a lot of soda cans. You can tell a lot of people are up here. Doesn't mean they're shed hunting, but we'll try and get away from the road a little more. And we're gonna head up into those clouds over there and work a couple of those benches and see what we can find. Well, the scenery's been cooler over here for sure, but I'm just not seeing as much sign after I got up higher. A lot of really cool rock formations though, some boulders. I mean, I'm seeing a little bit of sign, but not as much as I did below. Seen a couple skeletons. I think I see a bone sticking out over there. I'll go check to make sure it's a bone, not a chalky antler. Then I'm gonna start working back down, back towards the valley. Still have several hours, so still have high hopes of finding more than just that one. We'll kind of zigzag all in through here, and then the car's back over this way. So I'll head back that way and kind of work back to the car, and then spend some time gridding around where I did find that one brownie. Rain stopped. It actually hasn't rained since I started hiking. I think I mentioned when I was getting out of the car, it's rained all morning. Still cloudy, but temperature is perfect. It's probably, I don't know, 50, 51. Fantastic day for a hike. I think we got a little chalker up here. I don't think it's a bone. Pretty sure it's a little chalky deuce. Yep, definitely an antler. And definitely been out here for forever. That may disintegrate when I pick it up. But we still found one. Antler number 2 for the day. We're gonna wrap this video up with the Minute on the Mountain and with a channel shout out. I want to shout out a couple of channels actually. The first one is Al's Outdoors. Al was kind enough to send me a sticker recently.
So thank you so much, Al, for sending that out. One of my last giveaways, I think he's won 2. In fact, I think I joked in the last video that Hannah must really like him because she's pulled his name both times. But again, thank you, Al, for the sticker. I'll get that put on my gun case, or I've been putting everybody else's stickers. So I sure appreciate that. I'll put a link in the description to his channel, so you guys go check him out when you get a chance. The other 2 channels I want to shout out, I'm pretty sure I've shouted one of them out. Well, I know I've shouted out one before, but they're both fishing channels. And so the first one is D-Puck, Fishing and Outdoors. He's getting ready to start season 4. D-Puck catches a ton of fish, Doug does, and he has some really nice editing skills. He spends a lot of time and energy, I can tell, putting his videos together and the editing that he does. I always enjoy his videos, so check him out when you get some time. And the other one is Parabellum Fishing. I'm a little bit newer to his channel. I've been following him now for probably 5 or 6 months. He's been a great supporter of my channel. He just had a really cool video where he was catching a bunch of snakeheads down in Florida. And so I'll put a link also to his channel. Check him out when you get a chance. The Minute on the Mount today comes from Luke chapter 15. Probably the most famous part of that chapter is the parable of the prodigal son. And Jesus tells that parable in response to the Pharisees and the teacher of the law complaining that he spent his time with notorious sinners, is how one of the translations calls it. Tax collectors, prostitutes, and other notorious sinners. And he tells the parable of the prodigal son story, but he also tells 2 other stories, and the one I want to focus on is the woman who lost a silver coin. So the story says that she has 10 silver coins and she lost one of them. And so she searched the house up and down, tore everything apart until she found that silver coin, and then when she found it, she rejoiced. And so what I wanted to kind of point out or highlight is all of the coins were of equal value. It's not like the coin that was lost was more valuable than the others, but it wasn't less valuable either. I think what Jesus was trying to convey to the Pharisees is that those notorious sinners weren't any less valuable to God the Father. Now, they weren't more valuable, but they weren't any less valuable than the religious leaders of the time or anyone who would have been considered righteous versus unclean. I think that tells us something about the character of our God. One of the overarching themes of that whole chapter and that series of parables is that you're never too far from God to draw you back. So if you have never had a relationship with him and you don't think you'd want one, or maybe you had one and you kind of drifted away, I just want you to know you're never too far for God to draw you back. So that's the Minute on the Mountain, Luke chapter 15. Dig into that when you have some time. There's 3 great parables in that chapter. They're kind of back to back to back in response to the religious leaders. Thanks for all your support, guys. We're right around 140 subscribers. We've been there for a little while now. I haven't really been, trying to reach out to new people to subscribe or anything. I've just been super busy. But we will do another giveaway at 850. So if you've watched the videos but you've never subscribed, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. Let's try and get it up to 850 so we can do that next giveaway. I appreciate all your guys' support. Have a great week, and we'll see you the next time we're out on the mountain.